What is up there, everyone? Austin Sweeney here, Sweeneytv. I made a mistake. This is going to be a new series that I'm starting called, we'll just call it Sweeneytv on Reddit. I asked a question on Reddit about INFJs, and I got a lot of insight, even though I got some pretty terrible responses. Not terrible in the sense that the people who wrote them were bad. More like, I think my question was to blame. Anyway, I'll let you see what the question was. The question was, female INFJs, what is something you want the world to know? The reason I asked this question is like, what's something you want people to know about your type that maybe isn't necessarily as popular? Like for me, I would say people should know about ENFPs that we actually love our privacy and we love space from people, and that's how we recharge. And I feel like people might not want, people might not know that. People might think, we want to be around people constantly, and to me, that'd be very draining if it was for a long period of time. Anyway, let's get into the questions. The answers. Capelle said, just because I don't say out loud I understand you doesn't mean I don't understand. Gotta kind of look at that one for a while. Okay, I see what she's saying. She's saying just because, okay, so it's like if I'm talking to someone and they're talking to me and they're like explaining something and I'm just like, or even I don't say anything. So just because you're not vocalizing a confirmation, instead, you're not saying like, okay, I get it. You can still understand. That's a pretty good response. That's kind of cool. I get that. Usually, it does help. I'm just saying to that person, like, it does help if you do vocalize. Like if I'm explaining something to someone and they're like, okay, I got it. Now, it depends what it is. If it's like a task-oriented thing, if we're like on a job site and I'm like, okay, you need to lift this cup and put it over there. But if I'm just like explaining like maybe what the different types of sea turtles, and the person's like, oh, okay, this is fun, but they don't say anything, I don't know. I got another one from Melly Mikey. Said, The Princess Bride is objectively the best movie in the world. Objectively speaking, yeah, it kind of is. I quote The Princess Bride on the daily, so whoever this person is, they're kind of right. And they threw in that objectively speaking point. It's also really good. It's a good story. It's funny. The movie itself is kind of self-aware. It did a lot of new things. It's obviously a classic. Just Distant said, they are not asking you to rescue them, as they smile despite noticing the slight tear in their eyes. Just let them grow. Again, pretty weird. I think what they're saying is, just because you see an INFJ and it looks like they're about to cry, let them cry. Now we come into the fun part. So, my question at this point has been minding its own business. All of a sudden, TK442 comes in and they say, why just female INFJs? Meaning, what's your specific interest in asking it that way? I am, by the way, a woman and an INFJ. Alright, it's kind of weird. You're just asking a question about my question, but what do I know at this point? So I say, because it's a question I wanted to ask. Now, are you going to answer my question or question my question? For real. TK442 says, nah, not going to bother answering, on the chance that it's some kind of heterosexual romance thing you're after. Thank you for your time. In a way, you've answered the question for me. In a way, they have. Obviously, something's going on here with INFJs that I didn't know about. And, we kind of banter, and then eventually they leave. Someone comes in and says, I hate it when INFJs question everything, and, it is kind of annoying. Jisk Broski 1 says, I am a female INFJ. I'm almost certain she asked you that so she could give you an answer you were looking for. Your question is too broad and can be interpreted in many ways. I will agree it's broad. I will agree it can be interpreted in many ways. But why are those things that... you could literally say anything to that. Yeah, sure. I admit it's a bad question. I should have said, I don't know. But I could have said anything else. But either way, as a question I asked, they could, I wanted it to be something that was INFJ specific, but all these INFJs are just giving me random stuff. But I'm finding out that I need to be more specific, I guess, when it comes to INFJs. So this person later on went to say, you can't ask an INFJ a question without them knowing why the question is being asked. Not if you want an honest answer anyway. That makes me sad, because that just, to me, puts like all the fun out of asking a question right off the bat. If you have to like explain all the underlying reasons why you're asking the question, because for me, there are none. I'm just asking the question because I want to ask it. I'm not trying to be a heterosexual male and only single out the females for some weird romance reason. That's so not even close. And it makes me sad that there's people out there that are like that. Anyway, it was probably a bad question. I'm going to still be out there asking more questions because I don't care what these people want to say. So if you're an INFJ, you can comment below yourself and say, you can answer my question if you want right here in the comments. You know, what's something that not a lot of people know about INFJs? This video was very strange, but again, I might be able to turn it into something. I'm just kind of rambling at this point, so I'm going to close out. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned. Look out for my questions on Reddit. Have a good day, and goodbye.